Welcome to part 2 of the hidden secrets of the Grand Theatre in Blackpool. In this video we will be going behind the scenes and showing you the hidden places and secrets within this amazing theatre.
So this is the top level here. We've got some dressing rooms on this level and we've also got some underneath which we're going to go check out. So let's head down there. So we've got an old-fashioned office here, the old style windows, and there's a dressing room number 1. Very nice. See, that's the Utrecht blue there, and then the typical dressing room mirrors there with the lights on, as you'd expect, and some old posters here. Look, I love all these old theatre posters. Arthur Askey. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. So you may recognise this bust right here. Got the tickling stick and the Diddy man. It is Ken Dodd, who was a big supporter of this theatre, especially when they tried to demolish it many years ago. It's now owned by the Trust, and that's why it didn't get demolished. And it's thanks to this guy, Ken Dodd, who also supported it quite a lot. So there you go. This has just been renovated, but they are the original cherubs from 1894 up there, all restored. Looking good. And here we've got a plaque for Her Majesty the Queen, who visited on the 22nd of July 1994 for its centenary, obviously opening in 1894, the same year as Blackpool Tower. So here we've got a nice stained glass window in a style of a fan overlooking Corporation Street and Church Street, right outside the Grand Theatre. You will see this if you walk up the street, right above the corner entrance. And there you go, restored by Friends of the Grand in 1984. That is fantastic. So you can see the front entrance for the Grand. So this is the main foyer here, right on the corner of Corporation and Church Street. And you've got the door to the upper circle there, stalls straight ahead, and the dress circle up them stairs there. And then you've got the box office right in front of us here. But if you look up there, we've got cherubs all over the walls up there as well. It's a very petite little foyer, but it's so endearing, it's very nice. So they were just telling me this foyer here is not the original foyer because they didn't used to have a foyer. This used to be a grotto and a shop next door apparently. And it was all knocked through and remodelled many years later by Frank Matcham, again, who designed the theatre. But what they used to do is they used to come in off the street and enter directly into the seats or the room from the side of the building. So they would have had a class structure. So obviously the better seats were for the wealthier people. And if you were at the top, you were in the cheap seats. So if you were going to be heading down the street, you would have to go to the actual ticket box or the ticket office for that selected area of seats. So if you couldn't afford to go in those seats, then you didn't go sit in them. But also, if you were sitting in the boxes upstairs, you had to go to the office for the boxes or the box office, which is where that phrase came from. Okay, so we're now entering the dress circle bar, as you can see. Very grand and in keeping with the look of the theatre, but it is not original, apparently. There was a different bar here back in the day, but this has been here for many, many years now. But an interesting fact for you, this bar is actually the original bar from the Station Hotel, which used to stand right next to the main entrance for the Blackpool Central Station. So there you go, reusing something from another building as a bar like it is today. Amazing. And right here we've got one of the original programmes from July the 23rd, 1894, when the theatre first opened. You can see some of the detail on there of the acts that were on that day. And you can see, look, this is the original site of the Grand Theatre in 1889. So you can see a shop there, a little tobacco shop. Tripe. There you go. And then that's the theatre obviously in its early days. And some very ambient lighting here, look, on the staircase. It's very nice. And here we are in the boiler room. I'm sure you know what they're doing here. It's very warm in here, as it would be.
3 big boilers in here.
So there you go, there's a boiler right there. So obviously the hot water is done in here. This all looks very modern. I'm presuming it's all been replaced and modernised over the years. All you mechanical geeks out there will love this section. And we've got one of the old coal bunkers right there, look, the coal drop. They've dumped it in from the street level, piled it down there. And then some of the original pipe work over here by the looks of it. So here you've got the mains water input here from the street, and it feeds itself by the pressure from the water main itself, which is 50 bar, you said, didn't you?
Yeah.
But they do have this motor down here, or a pump, which would be used if that were to drop, so they could keep the pressure up on the water around the building. And then this is the power room, or the electrics room. All the fuse boxes, breakers, you name it. A lot of complicated cabling going around for all the lighting and everything in this building. Again, I know a lot of you will like this. And there we go, the mains from the street, the original mains there. You can see the copper pipe in there, look how thick they are. The original mains. This is the mains coming in today in this pipe here. Now, that's amazing. You never get to sort of see the original feeders. Brilliant. So some of the original rooms in the building that you probably would never see, but these obviously old scenery workshops and things like that, still used as that today by the looks of it. So there you go, an old trapdoor into the wings of the stage up there. So wouldn't have been an actual stage trapdoor, but would have been used to maybe pass things down, and they believe possibly laundry. So this could have been an old laundry room. So here we have the orchestra pit, but as you can see, it's not like some theatres where it's an actual level below. It's only, what, 3 feet below it? So they just take these boxes out here, which is obviously holding the floor above there, because that's the stage right above my head there. And they just take these boxes out, and then you can use it for a full orchestra. Let's just have a look inside. Looks like a mirror maze in there. So there you go, they can just remove that and use it when they want. So this would have been
the band room.
The band room. There you go, so not anymore, but it would have been like a dressing room for the band, or changing, or storage. Right opposite the door. Oh yeah, and another trapdoor right above our heads there, look. Now that is the stage directly above us. Get a torch on that. An old wooden trapdoor. I love that they have all these trapdoors in the roof. And there right in front of us is the orchestra pit entrance. And this room also backstage, they think might have been an original drape storage area, but obviously today used for different things. And right above our heads here is the stage. You can see the timbers there, and they will be original. Very solid timbers. A lot of weight up there sometimes. Oh yeah, so there's some of the original conduit or cable trays that run down underneath the stage. Obviously today they just put them on the walls, but you can just see there like a black mark on the conduit where they reckon there may have been a fire at some point in the past. So just at the back of the curtain on the stage, so where you can see the curtain there, we've got these 2 windows that are now blocked up. We just said they would have probably been used back in the wartime for the Pathé news reels and all that sort of thing, and if they ever used it as a cinema back in the day. And then we're going to head through here and hopefully see the old projection room that used to be. So you can see the handles on the windows on this side here. So yeah, they would have just shoved some projectors through them and projected, probably rear projection, wouldn't it, on the stage? Yeah, as you would expect. So just behind the stage here, again, is another original room, which today is used for storage and probably would have been back then as well. But you can just see the original flooring down here. Very old school. And an old sort of trapdoor looking square there, probably a, I don't know, some kind of drainage maybe. So they've got an old air washer machine here, as they were called. And he said they've just got it working again. They managed to repair the pump on it and get it working, but it doesn't wash the air any longer, but it is used to bring fresh air in from outside as a vent, which was much needed in the theatre. And just at the side of the stage, so we're in the wings of the stage now, you've got the scenery dock here, where they obviously bring the scenery in from the trucks outside and load the productions in, or the tours. And again, this would have been here back in the Victorian period. So here we are in the gallery, again, right at the back now, looking down at the stage. And we're about to go inside there and up this ladder into the actual loft space, or the roof space of the whole building. All right, let's head up this ladder into the loft space. I'm looking forward to this. This is the stuff you never get to see. Actual winch for the chandeliers in the theatre. You've got two, which I can just see through the floorboards there. Or I see some form of light down there anyway. So we're directly above that amazing roof in the auditorium. I just show you through this gap here. You can actually see down into the auditorium there. Can you see that? You can see the light through there, the chandelier. Even better, we've got a hole over here. Oh yeah, look at that. So here we go, we've got a hole in the floor here, and you can see that hole in the roof there. So this is in the plasterwork in the roof, and these are the gaps that draw up the air from the theatre and out of the roof above. But you can see the chandelier through there, look. And down, I'll get you a bit closer. There you go, there's the stalls down there. That's amazing. To think we're probably, I don't know, 100 feet above now, 80, 100 feet. And the plasterwork is all under here. Yeah, this is all above the entire auditorium and on top of the Grand Theatre. And you can see two windows at the back there, which obviously overlook the front of the building. And again, probably the original woodwork and timbers. So right in that corner there is what's been cut off, but it used to be a tube that ran down the side of the stage on both sides. So you would have had one here and one on the other side as well. It used to carry the air down into the theatre, and then it would come out of the vent just behind us and up through the roof. They no longer need them, so that they're not here anymore. They were long gone. They obviously use modern methods these days, but that's what remains of it in the attic there. You can see a lot of the timber work down here, which is for the plaster work below. So again, the ornate ceiling that you look at is all held up by this timber work here. Some of those beams over there supporting the roof are absolutely massive. That's some serious oak down there by the looks of it. I mean, these are big enough right in front of me, but they're probably 5-6 times the size over there. Yeah, a bit of a closer look at those timber beams down there. They are massive. So those white bits of plaster over there, right on the edge of the ceiling, is where they've repaired the plasterwork over the years. You can see the different colour there. Okay, so I'm going to just show you something very unique here that I haven't seen before, but apparently it's quite common. But you see this little socket here, and if we get you close enough, without getting a shadow, you can see there at the bottom it says vacuum cleaner, and it is exactly that. So if I just lift this little flap up for you, There we go, you got a pipe. So you would have put your vacuum nozzle on that to hoover the carpets up here, and the actual vacuum system is elsewhere, which we'll show you shortly. Apparently that's quite common in American households. They do that, they have sockets in the wall for hoovers. So basically the hoover pipes are inside the wall and the vacuum would be elsewhere, probably in the basement level, and then they do all their hoovering from the room that they're in and it carries it away. That's fantastic. I've never ever seen one of those before.
So here we are in a separate outbuilding underneath the theatre. You can see the vacuum machinery hidden away there. The large vacuum motor and this huge dust collection drum, complete with original dust left inside. The nameplate shows the model of the vacuum and that it was made at Sturtevant in London. Here is the large motor that would turn a fan to create the suction for the vacuum. With a bit of elbow grease, this may operate again. Where's Colin Furze when you need him? And this is what else was inside the room. Another coal bunker right there. And the staircase we just walked down to enter the room. This room has to be accessed from Corporation Street at the side of the theatre. The Grand is reportedly haunted by a man named Charlie, who is alleged to have thrown himself off the upper circle in the Victorian period. When he was in love with a ballerina who wasn't in love with him, he is said to wander around the upper circle.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little look behind the scenes at the Grand Theatre in Blackpool and the hidden secrets of the Grand Theatre. Again, I've really enjoyed myself today. And a big thank you to the guys here for inviting me down. And also Nicola in marketing, who originally messaged me and asked me if I would come and do it. And I jumped at the chance and said yes. But anyway, big thanks to everyone here at the Grand Theatre. And I'll see you next week in the next video. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.